Okay. Okay. Are we live? Are we live, people? Welcome back. Welcome back. What fucking week? I think it's the third week of Xxlive. Are we live right now? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Give me a shout. Thank you guys for coming to hang out today. How are you? Are you good? I hope so. If you don't know, now you know. Welcome to Xxlive. We're going to talk music, politics, hang out a bit. Quickly, I need you guys to like the stream, throw some comments in. Let's get this thing moving. As usual, I'm going to be connecting with you guys on Twitter. You'll be talking to one another on the YouTube chat. Got it? Same thing we do every single week. I'm hopping on my Twitter right now and saying, we are live, hashtag Xxlive. So at any point during the stream, if you want to talk to me, if you want to speak on the stream, then I want you to use hashtag Xxlive on Twitter. How the fuck is it going? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do a quick mental health check on the grandkids because I had a shitty week. I didn't have a shitty week. I had a good week actually, but my mental health was shitty. But I managed to stay working and keep working out and meditate and write on this thing a lot. And I just wanted to take a big deep breath and just remind you that as long as you didn't give anybody COVID this weekend, as long as you did your best, then that's enough right now. I have to tell myself that because all I want to do is go punch somebody in the face on tour with rock and roll. I want to take rock and roll and fucking bam. But I can't do that. I'm still struggling with that. So I've struggled a little bit this week. But, that's just how the fuck we're doing. Let me know right now how everybody's doing. I miss you guys. I wish we could hang out. This is episode 3, somebody has reminded me. Episode 3 right now. And, man, I can't believe that I already agreed to do this 49 more times this year. Are you going to be there with me? Let me know right now. Drop me a fire emoji if you're going to be here every single Sunday. And if not, that's okay too. I'm happy you're here for this one. Sorting by latest right now. How are you? Like I said, I'm doing okay. What do you do in your free time? Free time lately has been watching a lot of movies. I've been on a Korean movie kick. I don't know how the fuck. I watched Parasite, and it fucking blew my mind. I loved it. I loved the way it spoke on classism. I loved the way it spoke on family, crime, thriller, action. I fuck with it. I loved it all. And so we just decided to go down a rabbit hole, everything that director's done. So we watched Memories of Murder. That was amazing. We watched The Host. That was weird. Trigger warning because it's a lot of virus talk, pandemics talk. So that was a little close to home, but still really good. And then we also watched Mother. So I've just been watching movies, doing a workout and running. I listen to The Daily. I listen to get my news and run 2 miles every other day. So that's been really helping, man. That's been really helping. Somebody said, got bit at work. Hannah said, got bit at work and went home early. Mental health is shit. I get that. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, Saul hit me with an interesting fact. Give me the fact. Let's get some good vibes going. I could use those. Someone said some extinct penguins grew more than 5 feet tall. When I hit 1 million subscribers, I'm going to bring a 5-foot tall penguin back from extinction, and I'm going to fucking fight him in the octagon. Live, on pay-per-view, me versus a 5-foot tall penguin. But I can't punch, I can only karate chop. I'm really looking forward to that. That's new on my content front. Man, I fucking love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Somebody said, what was your favorite music video that was the most fun of Death of an Optimist? Oh, I have a couple things. Number one, probably the most fun was Dirty or Identity. Riptide was in the smelliest, most disgusting lake that I don't even think you can classify it as a lake. You ever like go outside in the city and you see like a puddle like 3 days after it rained and it's like greasy and like kind of liquid green mud, disgusting bird shit. For the Riptide shoot, put on the X hair makeup, got there, and stood in the brutal hot sun in a fucking giant version of one of those puddles. Still really fun. I would still do it again. Thankfully, it didn't like give me like chlamydia or something. That was from your mother, actually. So, no, I probably dirty. What are we doing? Okay, so I was gonna wait a second to do this, but let's dive into the what's going on in the world. Our weekly segment brought to you by The World. So for news sources on today, we got from a website called Bellingcat as well as the New York Times. So I wanted to talk briefly about what's going on in Russia. First off, shouts out. Let me know in the comment section on Twitter if you are from Russia, if you went to any protests. Please share your experience because I think it would be really enlightening. I think that over the last 4 years, America has been such a shit show, and we've just assumed that the world was with us when we marched, when we protested. And I think it would be truly a demonstration of America's ego and hypocrisy to spend as much time as we've spent in the past little while making everything about us, and then when you see other young people standing up for what they believe in, ignoring that. Like, that's on us. We have a responsibility to pay attention to what's going on in the world, and I'm going to make it easy for you right now. So, on August 20th, 2020, the main Russian opposition to the current administration, so you have Vladimir Putin is the guy running the show in Russia. There are supposed to be quote-unquote free and fair elections, but strangely, whenever anyone challenges Putin, either they are strangely assassinated or they accuse a ton of corruption to going on. Anyways, Alexei Navalny has become risen to power, being the main vocal opposition. He speaks to youth culture. He isn't scared to speak his mind. He seems like a total fucking badass, huge balls. So August 20th, 2020, he collapsed in a coma during a flight from a Siberian city, resulting in an emergency landing of the plane that he's on and his hospitalization. Local doctors claim that there's no signs of foul play. 2 days later, he is emergency evacuated to Germany, where they say, oh my God, yeah, dude, you got fucking poisoned. Like, you were poisoned for sure. You got poisoned. His wife as well had similar symptoms. And so, yeah, German military laboratory identified the toxin in him as a nerve agent. The August 20th poisoning happened in this Siberian city. It appears to have happened after years of surveillance. Basically, this website, Bellingcat, goes deep, and they're able to prove that the Russian version of the FBI, which is called the FSB, has been following this guy around for years, trying to poison him, trying to assassinate him. This is literally like if Joe Biden was running for presidency and Donald Trump fucking poisons his drink while he's on a flight. And we find out that for years, Donald Trump's been following him. And I think that American politics is sketchy. I think there's shady shit happening on both sides of the aisle. I think Democrats can be mad shady too. But we do, if that were to come to light, you'd think that there would be consequences. Meanwhile, in Russia, they're denying any of that even happened. And so he doesn't go back to Germany. I mean, he doesn't go back to Russia. He stays in Germany for a little while because he's been trailed ever since his intention to run for president, and he gets fucking poisoned. So he's like, why would I go back? So he chills in Germany. Then the ball's on this dude. Instead of just like laying low and just being grateful that he's alive, he decides to go around and make a video entitled Putin's Palace. And it exposes the widespread corruption and greed. He makes this video. He posted it on YouTube. It couldn't be more like antagonistic of the people in power in Russia. The video explodes and gets 80 million views in like 5. It's one of the biggest videos on YouTube, and if you haven't heard of it, I don't blame you, because many of us over here just never even heard about it because we've been dealing with our own shit over here with the transition of power over here. But anyways, 80 million views. It's like the most widespread modern opposition to Putin that like anyone our age can seemingly remember. And in my experience in Russia, although I was only in Moscow and I was only there for a couple of days, the young people there were like really much more progressive than the stories that we hear in America and in Canada seem to suggest. Like most of the Russian kids that I was meeting were bilingual, speaking English. They believe in LGBTQ rights, which is like a crime in Russia. I was explicitly told if I were to mention anything on stage, which I did, that I would be arrested, and I wasn't, thankfully. But yeah, so it's like the young people seemingly embrace democracy, embrace, freedom, and they deserve fair elections. It's this older generation that's getting in the way, and a ton of corruption going on. So he thinks about it. He's in Germany. He just exploded viral video on YouTube. He could spend the rest of his life in Germany just continuously attacking this administration while in exile, and less fearful for his life. But the fucking ball is on this guy, Alexei Navalny. He decides he wants to go back to Russia and face charges of treason and face this current administration, because he says that he loves his country more than his freedom, and he wants to set an example for young people that it's okay to stand up to what's going on over there. And I couldn't respect that more. And I do think that that's what this project and that's what revolution, that's what resistance is all about. He gets off his plane, is met by authorities. They don't let him bring his lawyer with him. He is currently jailed for nothing. He's in a jail in Russia. And this weekend, thousands and thousands and thousands of Russians marched, protested in support of Alexei Navalny, in support of his right to freedom, his right to lead the opposition against Putin. And you saw a lot of police out there, a lot of police brutality. And so that's the situation as far as I understand it. If I missed anything, again, please let me know. But I think that this community, I know that you're here because you care too about what's going on in the world. I know that you believe in our inherent right to exist, our right to protest, our right to fight for a better world for ourselves and for future generations. This is part of that. Part of it means standing up and marching in America, in Canada, wherever you're watching from, and supporting these international versions of that, these international demonstrations. So to anybody that's out there who feels marginalized or unrepresented by their community, who feels like they don't have their voice, just remember that the grandkids fuck with you, and that is what's going on in the world right now. So that is our political segment. And it was really good for me to research that. And having this live stream to prepare for gave me a reason to go deeper into what's going on over there. And I was really happy for that. So thank you. And let me know throughout the week what you guys want me to keep you in the loop about. Let me tell you about what I got going on this week. So I have a session with Dreamers again. Some of you might know my song Heat Seeker with Dreamers. Fun jam. I also wrote a song called Whole Lotta, which was part of the XXY acoustic sessions. And I just want to say something quickly about the acoustic songs last year. If you remember, we had the Voter XX title. So in the song title, I said, text Voter XX to 40649 to be signed up for head count selection alerts. Around the end of the year, I reached out to Headcount and I said, hey, by the way, now that the election's over, how did the grandkids help out? Like, how did we do? And in putting that song title out there into the world, in all of the work that we did last year, the grandkids registered more people for election alerts and registered them to vote than Jay-Z and Beyonce's homecoming tour in 2018. What? Did you just hear me? Did you just fucking hear me? The grandkids registered more people to vote and more people signing up for Headcount's election alerts than Headcount did at every single Jay-Z and Beyonce tour in 2018 combined. So that was so fucking cool. I was so proud of that. And you should be too. Anyways, that was a side note. I'm working with Dreamers. I'll also say, and I can't give you too many details because it's not official yet. Still working out the details. But it's looking like our song Whole Lotta is going to be on a TV show that is very familiar for the grandkids. So keep your ears peeled because you might be hearing some grandson music on a very popular TV show that has been very good to this community. Anyways, I'm working with Dreamers. It's not going to be a collab. I'm going to be writing for their album. It's going to be me and Nick from Dreamers and a producer. So we're working on that. I'm doing a couple different sessions. I was supposed to be working with a girl named Kelsey Carter, who's really dope. She's a singer as well. You guys should go check out. We had to push the session, but she's dope. I'm going to be working on some grandson music this week. Some good shit. A couple weeks ago, I told you guys I worked with K-Flay. We wrote a fucking banger, so I got to finish that and a couple other things. Here in America, Dirty is sitting comfortably. Depending on what chart you look at, it's either 13 or 12 on the alternative chart. Here in America, number 4 in Canada. So if you hear it on the radio, if you hear it at your dentist office, if you hear it while waiting in line at the dildo store to buy your big giant dildos this week, be sure to tag the radio stations, request it wherever you can, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully the streamer shit goes well. Hopefully that stuff goes well. If any of you are following me on TikTok, you'll see that a video went viral this week of a kid who went by the name Ray Gorin, and it's him singing a song that feels very grandson-esque. It's political. It's kind of like reggae tunes. And so I duetted it yesterday, and I added my own verse. So if you want to hear some new bars that I've been cooking up, you can go on my TikTok channel and see that. It's got like 70,000 views or something in a couple hours, which is really cool. And I decided that I'm going to give the little homie the look, and Ray Gorin is going to be the artist featured this week, the Xxlive feature of the week. We're going to listen to his song called The Internet. This is Ray Gorin. This is his song, The Internet. So give him a shout, give him a follow, let him know that he is the Xxlive unsigned artist of the week. This is called The Internet. Let's go. Ray Gorin.
I saw a girl last night, scrolling through my feed. She liked all my photos, but she don't like me. She didn't follow back, I don't know what it means. Now I'm staring at her page like a goddamn creep. Tag self-love with a photo of her ass. Peaches in the comment section typing really fast. Now I ain't throwing shade, her nice when she makes it, but I haven't met her once and I've seen her half naked. I really think that it's hysterical, but it makes me kind of scared. I think I need a fucking miracle, 'cause I don't know who's there. 'Cause everybody's my friend on the internet.
Yes.
I don't know them and I'm sick of it.
Yes.
Everybody's my friend on the internet.
Yes.
But they don't know me and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Ray Gorin, y'all. Xxlive Artist of the Week. Shouts out my boy. We did a little video on TikTok together. It was really fun. I think I got through every single thing I wanted to talk about, and we still have 10 minutes left. it's been a bit of a hard week for me, as I said. Just fucking sick of being in quarantine. I miss playing concerts. I've been talking to my international booking agent about festivals in places like Spain, the UK, Australia, but we just got to wait and see. Hopefully the world can fucking pull a miracle out of its dickhole, because I really just want to get back on tour and play some shows with you guys. It's been hard not to, but one thing that's really helped is I meditated on Headspace every single day this week. I woke up and spent 10 minutes on Headspace. Some days I can't fucking stop thinking the whole time. I'm supposed to be silent. I'm supposed to concentrate on my breathing. I'm just sitting there letting my mind run the whole time. And that's okay too. And I'd like to pose a challenge to you to do a little bit of mindfulness every single day this week, whether it's a page in a journal, doing some push-ups and getting a sweat going, whatever it is. Like, if you do that, just know that I'm doing it with you, because this feels long. This pandemic's getting long. I'm hitting like we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Canada tour getting canceled, and I just never could have imagined that we'd still be here in 2021. So sucks balls. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Otherwise, just working on music and looking forward to hanging with you guys. Let's look at what's going on hashtag Xxlive on Twitter. Are you guys doing good? Let me know if I'm doing all right. I've really been enjoying these hangs, and so thank you. I'm super fucking grateful for you guys coming to hang with me. Someone said, grandson, I want to have a tour in Switzerland. Yeah, me fucking too. Let's go. Let's go to the Alps and eat chocolate and whatever y'all do over there. I'm down. I just got to get through this pandemic first. But I'm supposed to actually. We had a show booked in Zurich that I couldn't tell anybody about, and got canceled because there's a pandemic. I don't know if you guys knew about this thing. It's called like the coronavirus. Yeah. You know. Man. The face his grandson does when listening to the week's artist. Let me tell you something. The stank face is earned. It's not given. If you see me going like this, that means that you got some hot shit. And I only put out music that makes me and Kevin have the stank face. If Boone doesn't go like this to me, and if I don't go, then the song's not good enough. So yeah, stink face all day. And I hope that y'all, when you listen to Death of an Optimist, get your stink face on. Because there's nothing like a fucking rock and roll stank face to remind you how filthy the beats are. Somebody said the most popular item at Walmart is bananas. They sell more bananas than any other single item they have in stock. Tabitha, that is fucking bananas information. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that bananas... Are we monkeys? Are we monkeys going to Walmart for our bananas? Who could have known? I haven't heard Dirty, but the Fox in Vancouver plays Zen frequently. Shouts out. Somebody said, do you even or ever intend to collab with 8 Graves? I've been talking about this for a long time. There are a couple bands that like I'm YouTube homies with. So 8 Graves, Missio. These are bands that like I haven't had the chance to meet in person yet, haven't connected with, but that we have a lot of fans in common and our videos are recommended in one another's algorithm. And yeah, I'm down to work with 8 Graves. It's just got to be the right timing. But I've spoken to them. We've reached out. I want it to happen. Can you show us your hair, please? Not looking so hot today. Didn't shower yet today. So the beanie stays on. Somebody said, to all the grandkids tweeting or just viewing this hashtag, y'all are amazing. Hope you have a good day, good night. I agree, at Cloudy Grandkid. I fucking agree. Man, I love you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you guys making this time with me, for me. Wow. I actually love this segment, okay? This is people finding random old photos of me and asking me to give you guys context. I like the story behind the picture. This is a crazy one, you guys. This is a crazy one. Are you ready? Are you ready? That is a crazy throwback photo. I am not super proud of this fucking facial expression or that shirt. That shirt is like Macklemore 2014 Not good. Montreal thrift store. I thought I was slick. I was trying to be a DJ at the time. That was for a music video shoot, actually. Never got finished. Way over budget. This is when I was doing my independent artist pre-grandson hustle. And it was shot at like this diner, and these girls on the left and right of me were playing like waitresses at this bar. I actually don't even remember what the plot was. I promise it wasn't nearly as well thought out as The Death of an Optimist music videos, but this is 2015, and that is a little me, very, very lost, just trying to figure it out. Look at this watch that I have on. That was my biggest flex at the time, and I literally got that for my bar mitzvah when I was 13 years old. That's the kind of ice that I was rocking in my rap phase, was my bar mitzvah watch. And you'll never see me like flaunting jewelry or necklaces ever since. That was like, we're like, this confident face here is like 3 months away from a complete nervous breakdown and like a mental health catastrophe that led me to dedicating my life to making angry music. Saul said, one of my new life goals is to be considered an official Penguin Facts provider for Xxlive. Hey, if you guys like the Penguin Facts, we fucking got a guy for you. Thank you for getting us updated. Yes, absolutely. Somebody said, what's the difference between the protest at the Capitol, the protest in Russia, and the Black Lives Matter protests? That is an interesting, complicated question. First off, they're all just completely different fucking things. That's like me asking, what's the difference between a chocolate bar and a fucking football and a swimming pool? Like, those are 3 different things. I guess they're all things. That's what they have in common. They are against some sort of authority figure, you know. In Russia, people seem to be protesting the fact that there is no way for anyone to rise to power democratically without trying to be poisoned, followed for years, and thrown into jail. So that's what they're protesting in Russia. They're protesting their right to challenge the current status quo. They're challenging their right to have elections, and they don't want to see this guy martyred. They don't want to see this guy dead just for trying to stand up against Putin. The Black Lives Matter protests were protests that were sparked over the institutional systemic racism that is baked into the very fabric of American identity. This country would not have been able to make it through the first 100 years of its life if not for slave labor, producing products like cotton, wheat, corn, and shit. You had slaves imported from different parts of the world who never got their freedom. Then when they were freed, we didn't want them to be able to vote. We didn't want them to have the same rights as us. So then we gave them some rights, but then we figured out, oh, maybe if we create a war on drugs and have inequity in how we police our communities, then we can continue to keep people of color in a lower class position. That racism is also exploited in ways that help people like Donald Trump rise to power. He exploits our fear, our hatred of one another, and to let him be able to make big tax breaks for the 1% and stay wealthy. So the Black Lives Matter protests were against rethinking the way that we police our communities, because there is so much senseless violence and murder at the hands of police of largely innocent people of color, and our jail cells are populated by largely people of color for things as simple as smoking a joint, which is now like something we giggle at with Martha Stewart. So that's what the Black Lives Matter protests were about. The defund the police movement is not about completely taking no money and having no police anarchy in the streets. No, it's about taking some of the unbelievable budget you see in places like New York, Portland, and taking some of the money we give to police and instead training local community members on being able to, intervene for mental health crises, for addiction. Lots of phone calls to the cops could be handled by someone who doesn't show up with a gun. So that's what that is. The protest at the Capitol was people who were thinking that this fair election was not fair because they're watching news sources and politicians who are lying to them. They're lying to them and telling them that there was fraud when there wasn't. And so they wanted to go in, they wanted to assassinate or kidnap members of Congress, and that was the plan. Thankfully, the plan didn't go well. So there are three different things, and I think two of them I really clearly agree with, and one I really don't. I hope that makes things a little more simple. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Let's talk for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get going, because we've made it half an hour. What political ideology would I label myself as? I'm kind of like a little part of me just wants to light shit on fire and like piss on the system, but another part of me wants just all people to have dignity and opportunity. You know, I was born with so much privilege and so much opportunity. I believe that I got a chance to become whoever I wanted to be. You know, I went to school to try to figure it out. I spent some time being a teacher. I was a musician. I was working different jobs. I had every chance to succeed. And thankfully, I figured it out in my 20s. And I think everybody deserves that chance. And sometimes that might look like actually like figuring out with the system, not just always raging against it. I don't think the answer is just who gives a fuck. You know, I think we need transparency and accountability, but I really do believe I just want every single person watching this stream to get a fair shot. Will you do something with Fever 333 or Jason Alon apart from the Linkin Park stuff? Somebody asked. The answer is yes. And as I've hinted before, me and Jason have some unreleased music in the vault with somebody else. I can't tell you what their name is because I'll get absolutely beaten up. He'll beat me up. But I will say that his name rhymes with Bike Lagoda. So me, Jason, and Bike Lagoda have some unreleased music. I don't know if it'll ever come out. Want to binge watch a series or a movie with us live? Not really, to be honest with you. That doesn't sound very fun. Somebody said, would anyone like a virtual hug? There you go. There you go. Oh, man. I fucking love you guys. I'm going to get going. Please take care of yourself. Oh, one last thing. Somebody wanted me to share this. This is what we got. My nephew wants you to see him dancing to Dirty. Hannah, we're going to have 1,000 people watch this right now. Let's go. Kid's got moves. The kid has moves. The kid's going to have a dirty butt. Kid's got moves. Respect. Man, I love you guys. I'll see you next Sunday where we'll just keep doing this shit. Thank you again. Request Dirty at your local radio stations. Keep playing Death of an Optimist. We will be making another music video soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Again, I'm just so lucky that this community saves my life over and over again. Whenever I'm close to giving up, whenever I'm wondering, what is the fucking point? You guys come and remind me. Oh, I promise a song every week. I'll give you guys a song, too. But what song shall I play? This is Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers. Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands lift me up each time I fell. Grandma's hands, boy, it really came in handy. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed woman. Grandma's hands play the tambourine so well. Oh, grandma's hands, boy, it really came in handy. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands. Shawty, get down, good lord. Baby got 'em open all over town. Strictly bitch, she don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting played is a forte, each and every day, a true play away. Can't get her out of my mind, oh. Think about the girl all the time, oh. East side to the west side, push the fat rug, it's no surprise. Got tricks in the stash, stacking up cash fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, as long as she's got to have it. Well, baby, you're a perfect 10. Can I get in? Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it, no diggity, I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I gotta bag it up, bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I gotta bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I gotta bag it up. Oh, play on, play on, play on, play on, man, that girl looks good. Play on, play on, play on, play on, no diggity, no love. Play on, play on, play on, play on, and that girl looks good. Play on, play on, play on, play on. Have a great week. That was Grandma's Hands mixed with No Diggity. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I love y'all.